Hi, kiddos. For this video, I'm going to read The Dragons of Blue Land, Chapter 3. It's called The Men on the Slope. So in review, I want to remind you that in Chapter 2, we met Mr. and Mrs. Wagon Wheel. He was all excited to try to find a blue demon that he saw fly overhead. She was all nervous about seeing a blue demon. She kind of became absent-minded during cooking breakfast. And then when Mr. Wagon Wheel went out to try to find the demon, he calls a demon is actually our sweet little dragon. Anyway, when he tried to find him, the cows in the pasture protected the baby dragon. And so Mr. Wagon Wheel never found it. All right, let's go ahead. Begin Chapter 3. It's a lovely night for flying, thought the dragon, as he hurried toward the north, urged on by cool, brisk winds. The train had stopped long ago, and the rain had stopped long ago, and a crescent moon shone palely. Hopefully you kids can see the crescent moon there. Looking down, he could see the outline of Seaweed Bay, and then a point of land called Due East Lookout. If you kids have your maps handy, go ahead and take a look. So he started down here, stayed the night here, and now he's flying north. Remember, on maps, north is up. And he went by Seaweed Bay. And Due East Lookout. Due East Lookout. I actually don't see Due East Lookout on our map. Maybe you can find it and circle it. That'd be great. Anyway, I'm going to read from just looking down right now, since there's no more pictures. At this point, he must turn and fly directly westward over Seaweed City, across Spiky Mountain Range, and over awful desert to reach the Blue Land Mountains in the heart of the desert. Many people had tried to cross the desert and climb these mountains, but there was no water, and treacherous sandstorms raged all year round, making traveling almost impossible. So far, no man had succeeded. "It won't be long now," sang the baby dragon as he passed over Seaweed City, over the coastal Spiky Mountain Range. I do know this coastal Spiky Mountain Range is in there. And he's on his way to cross the awful desert and hopefully get to his family in Blue Land. What a lovely night, he thought again. And then, all of a sudden, he realized how clear it was over the desert. Where are the sandstorms? Yes, where are the sandstorms? A sick feeling came over him. In weather like this, a man might be able to cross the desert into Blue Land, might see one of the dragon family, and learn the dragon secret that dragons still live in Blue Land. Faster and faster he flew, and way up ahead he saw a tiny light where the mountains rose straight up out of the desert. "Man," thought the dragon, "if only I'm in time to warn my family. Onward he sped until he could see that the light was the blaze of a campfire on the rocky mountain slope. Actually, hopefully you kids can see that little blaze right there. That's a campfire. And yes, there are humans there. Men are there. He counted 4 or 5 men sitting around the campfire. I'd better find out what they're planning to do, so I'll know how to save my family, thought the dragon, circling down and landing below the men. He carefully picked his way through the huge rocks on the slope and hid close enough to hear what the men were saying. If Frank and Albert and the rest don't find water soon, we're sunk. We'll have to get back pretty quick. And what if the weather changes? After all, this is the first time, so far as nobody knows, that the weather has ever been clear over the desert. And I don't trust it to last very long. Me neither, said another voice. Just then they heard a shout farther up the slope, and a man came running down toward the fire. Did you find water? They asked him. Water? Loads of it. The mountains form a circle, and all the streams from these mountains flow toward the center to make a tremendous lake. There's the lake. That's right. All the rivers flow down into the center to make the lake. But that's not all we found. You mean you found evidence that the great dragons of Blue Land actually did exist at one time? Evidence, said the man who had run down the slope. Evidence? Why, we've got 15 of the most beautiful dragons you ever dreamed of, trapped in a cave that seemed to have only one entrance. The rest of the men are guarding it. There's the... Well, actually, this is our baby dragon listening on the other side of a rock to the conversation that the men are having. They don't know he's there. 15 trapped in the cave? Moaned the baby dragon. Why, that's my whole family. My 6 sisters, 7 brothers, and my dear gigantic mother and father. See, let's add that, kiddos. Let's add 6 sisters to 7 brothers. 6 and 7 equal 13. Plus 1 mother equals 14, and 1 father. That does indeed equal 15, doesn't it? I'm the only one left to save them. But why didn't they fly away? He listened to the men again. How do you know you have 15 in a cave? We took them by surprise. They were asleep at the entrance, and when they saw us, they rushed inside. What a sight! 15 dragons, one of the men whistled. What did they look like? They went so fast it was hard to see, but there was one huge blue one, a big yellow one, about 5 smaller green ones, and the rest were blue and yellow. They all had red horns and red feet and golden-colored wings. I can't wait, said one of the men. Why, every zoo in the country will want one. Oh no, groaned a horrified baby dragon, hiding behind the rocks. All right, that's the end of chapter 3. Stay tuned to the next video. It'll be chapter 4. It's called In the Cave. Bye, kiddos.